Diabetes is a highly treatable, even preventable disease.
And the Step Out Walk to Stop Diabetes wants to raise awareness about that and get people moving. CBS 4's Jane Monreal shows us how one team is prepping for the big event.
Knees all the way up, right? 3, ready, set, go!
3 years ago, fitness trainer Denise Triner helped form the Latinas on the Rocks boot camp class through Por Tu Familia.
They're part of the American Diabetes Association, and they started this class for the underserved, underprivileged, uninsured Latino community here in the Denver area.
Only 10 people showed up initially. Now it's not unusual to see upwards of 60 participants in class.
What motivates you to take Latina boot camp?
Because I don't want to be in diabetes, and I want to lose weight. I want to feel better.
After losing 16 pounds since April, Marciela Camara is well on her way to feeling better.
My auntie and my brother has diabetes.
Alva Lopez started over a year ago and has already lost 26 pounds. Gabby Solis recently lost her dad to diabetes. It's part of the reason why she and her husband Arturo signed up for boot camp a year and a half ago. Together, they've lost 37 pounds.
We definitely want to get people moving prior to getting diabetes or any other disease. We want them to get moving and take care and ownership of their own body so that they can prevent it long term, because it's a journey that you're on versus trying to fix something as it happened.
In Denver, Jane Monreal, CBS 4 News.
Thank you, Jane. And Step Out Walk to Stop Diabetes coming up Saturday, October 22nd at the Denver Aquarium. That's where it kicks off. It's a great walk. The proceeds benefit diabetes research and programs, including that Latina boot camp. For more information about the event, just go to cbsdenver.com.
Good for them, working so hard, making a difference in their lives.
Working up a sweat, too.
Yeah.
Diabetes can strike at any age. Some are born with it, others can develop the disease later in life. But it is a manageable disease if you can get your hands on the right information.
Yeah, and that's the idea behind the Step Out Walk to Stop Diabetes, to raise awareness and get people to pick up a healthy habit. Here to tell us more about the event is Kate Dalton. First of all, Kate, this event, tell us just a little bit about it.
Okay, well, the event is on October 22nd, this coming Saturday. It is called it's called Step Out, and it's a walk to stop diabetes. And it begins at the downtown Denver Aquarium. It is a fabulous event. It is a way to celebrate our diabetics here in the state of Colorado.
There's a lot of people who are going to benefit from this. This is also a fundraiser, right?
Absolutely.
Where are the funds going to go?
The funds are going to go a few places, certainly to research. We want to find out, how do we stop diabetes? 316,000 people in the state of Colorado have diabetes, 25.8 million in the country. So 17 of those researchers are right here in Colorado, which I love.
Yeah.
And also, there is something called Camp Colorado. It is a camp for diabetics, children with diabetes. We cannot afford to send our children there if we do not have subsidized income coming through that, and the ADA provides that.
And diabetes is one of those diseases that you see a lot of adults just living with and dealing with. People don't understand how difficult this is for not only adults but for children as well. Explain that for us.
Absolutely, that's a great question. Diabetes is very misunderstood, and it really is a growing epidemic. There are two what we call types of diabetes. There's type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is real common with children. Type 1 is an autoimmune disease, and it's when the body turns against itself and destroys the isolates which create insulin. So a person with type 1 diabetes is insulin dependent, as we call it, for life. Type 2, we still produce insulin, but that insulin is resistant. So though we have insulin in our bodies, we're not able to use it to convert our food to energy.
How important is it for the Denver community to come out and support the diabetes research that needs to take place by participating in the walk?
It is the most important thing you can do next weekend. It truly is. We have got to raise awareness, we have got to support advocacy, and we've got to make a difference. We can stop diabetes. It is growing in this country. It is growing in our children's lives.
All right, thank you very much. Where can we get information real quick?
Absolutely, diabetes.org. Go to the website. You can register as an individual, join a team, create a team, or just make a donation right on the site.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks
this
for
is
your
Kate
support.
Dalton with the Step Out Walk to Stop Diabetes. It's scheduled for next weekend, October 22nd at the Denver Aquarium. And of course, for more information, log on to our website, cbsdenver.com.
Hearing the news of a diabetes diagnosis can be really tough on a family.
2 in the same month seems just plain unfair. CBS 4's Kathy Walsh introduces us to Team Annika, a team trying to overcome diabetes together.
This dad and daughter are doing a little training together. Annika is a second grader who runs track. Dave has the New York City Marathon on his mind. It's important that both stay active.
See, I beat him down there.
We both have type 1 diabetes.
Annika was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in spring 2010. Dave just 17 days later. Now, the duo battles the lifelong disease together, 24/7.
And I think at times when my blood sugar is high, it's harder to focus. You feel kind of a little discombobulated.
It's really hard to have it, and once you get used to it, you'll be just like a normal kid.
Normal, but with a very different daily routine. The two test their blood sugar 8 to 12 times. Annika wears an insulin pump. Dave gives himself up to 6 shots. They watch their diets, counting carbohydrates to know just how much insulin to take. And Annika is careful when it comes to sweets.
I can't have normal pure sugar. It just affects my blood sugar and
I call it a constant game of ping pong where you're trying to keep your blood sugars in a certain range and you don't want to go too high and you don't want to go low.
7-year-old Annika plays soccer and other sports. Dave's diagnosis got him exercising.
The irony is I'm as healthy as I've ever been.
The pair will be part of Team Annika at this year's Step Out Walk to Stop Diabetes. They hope for the day when they won't be walking and talking about their challenges, but celebrating a cure. Kathy Walsh, CBS 4 Morning News.
They make a great team. CBS 4 is a proud sponsor of Step Out, the Walk to Stop Diabetes. The event is this Saturday, October 22nd at the Denver Aquarium. For sign-up information, go to cbsdenver.com.
Exercise really helps, and diabetes prevention, and fighting it too.
I love to see them holding hands running together.
That's sweet. Great story by Kathy.
Living with diabetes can be difficult. For one local woman, a cancer diagnosis made it even harder. She was one of thousands of people who took part in the Step Out Walk to Stop Diabetes today.
CBS 4's Evrod Cassimy spoke with a woman and others as they walked one step closer to a cure.
As the gun sounded, the walkers and runners took off. They're stepping out in a Walk to Stop Diabetes Saturday in Denver. Each person has their own story about what life has been like living with this disease.
I've lived with diabetes for 30 years. I grew up in a family where my dad has had diabetes for my whole life.
Mari Ruddy's story was like many others running Saturday until she found out she had breast cancer on top of diabetes. Though both are equally difficult, she's found diabetes to be harder.
Cancer is very, very hard, but it's acute. It lasted for 8, 9, 10 months, and then I was okay. I don't have cancer anymore. I still have diabetes.
She's just an inspiration for everything.
Mari brought a whole team of walkers with her, all wearing these red shirts. Live music and cheering from the Broncos cheerleaders kept them going to the finish line. Some of the people walking today have had diabetes for years, and as they cross the finish line here, they still have hope that one day there will be a cure.
There's some pretty smart people in this country who are doing some seriously good research, and yes, that would be amazing. And I will be healthy and ready when that cure comes along.
I always have hope, and absolutely, I think there will be.
Until then, Mari and the thousands of other people attending Saturday's walk plan to keep on walking and raising money until one day when there's a cure. In Denver, Evrod Cassimy, CBS 4 News.
CBS 4 is a proud sponsor of that event put on by the American Diabetes Association. About 2,000 people attended today's walk. They raised nearly $250,000.
I know a father and daughter who walked today, both diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, just weeks apart. Actually, the daughter first, the dad thought he had type 2 and was always diagnosed with that, and then found out, no, it was in fact type 1. So they worked together to try to manage that. It's very difficult. But they walked today. Yeah. Team Annika. I hope they did a good job.
And it made such great strides over the years, but still no cure. No. So it's so important we do this.
My father had diabetes, and he didn't take care of it, and he died early. So if you have that, you really got to watch out.
Got to be totally on top of it.
Oh,
you got it, Dave.
Yeah.